studying Pierce's disease of grapevines, and that is a xylem-limited disease, which means it's contained within the wood portion of a plant. So the wood portion of a plant is where the water conducting tissue is. So bacteria gets into the water pipes of a plant, essentially moves systemically throughout the plant, and then causes the plant to react to it in a way that is harmful and eventually leads to the death of the plant. So what we're studying is the mechanisms the plant uses when the disease enters, and then the mechanisms the pathogen uses to move throughout the system. So that entails doing some immunohistochemical, which means we're using antibodies to target specific molecules in the cells of the plant, and then taking images of those molecules to learn more about the composition and the location of them. The findings we have right now mostly detail the method of the detection. So we're using this immunohistochemical approach and then using SEM imagery in order to detect the location and the composition of these cell wall components. So we're using different target molecules, so we're using different antibodies, and then different genotypes, or not genotypes, but different varieties of grapevine, and then examining the different compositions of both of them, and mostly just detailing that this is a method that works to determine those compositions. So it's something that won't be just for grapevines and just for Pierce's disease, but any xylem-limited disease, plant disease, you're going to be able to use this method to determine what's happening inside the cell during the mechanisms. You can't really prevent the infection happening, because the infection is derived by an insect vector, so that's insect control, and that's hard to do in grapevines that are outside and large plantations, stuff like that. But we're mostly interested in learning more about how the disease takes place, so how it begins to happen, how the modifications that are made at the cellular level, and then how those go on to affect the overall resistance or susceptibility of plants. The presentation takes place on Capitol Hill, and then it also includes meetings with our representatives, so I'm going to be sending out letters here to meet with our legislatures and Congress. So my last presentation was the UW System Symposium that took place in Milwaukee last spring, and that was an oral presentation versus a poster presentation, so that was a pretty stressful time too, just because dealing with presenting pretty complex information to grad students and professors down there and general. But it was really nice to test myself, I guess, in presenting information. I mean, research is all about getting the information out there. So you want to learn more about what you're researching. You have some reason you want to know about it, and then I think being able to convey that to other people, being able to explain that in a way that's easy to understand for lay people or in a technical manner to other people who are knowledgeable about your topic, it's really what science is all about. So if you're looking to make that step up to grad school or get a PhD or move on in some sort of academic sense, learning really how to convey that information and how to make it interesting and exciting is a really great idea. And there's a lot of opportunity out there for undergraduate research to be presented. Like I said, we have the UW System Symposium takes place every year, and that's just for UW undergraduates doing research or creative activities, so it's a pretty broad scope, and you get to do that in front of other undergraduates, like I said, graduate students and academics. The team is, like I said, Dr. Soon has a lot working for him right now. I think we have 7 or 8 students, so we're probably going to be doing two different posters of that if we can. And I took 2 years off of school after being academically suspended from University of Minnesota Twin Cities. That was a hard experience for me, I think. I went there not really knowing what I wanted to do with school, not really even sure if college was what I wanted to do, but because of where my wife and I were going, that's just where we ended up. And then academically suspended there, worked for 2 years at Midwest Air Compressors in Waupaca, and got some real life experience doing service work and working on a business level, so interacting with customers and different aspects of that. Really wanted to go back to school, and Stevens Point just seemed like the best place. It's where my wife was going then, and nearby to Waupaca where we still live, so it was easy to make the decision to come here. And yeah, I love it here. I love the school. I think the biggest thing is especially if you're having trouble in your academic career, is just to really focus on what you enjoy. So find a major, find an area that you're interested in, get some professors that you like who are interested in those same things and can kind of guide you along. And then, yeah, just know what you like and know what's going to keep you on task, keep you focused, and really maintain your interest.